watched a lot of his videos, and I thought, God, I'd love to meet him. Miraculously, he came to Brantford, and I got to meet him. And I realized, I listened to his stories, and I'm like, I have those exact same stories. I mean, just a little different, but the same stories. I could do that. And so I realized that that's like my purpose, and I didn't have purpose before that. And so that was it for me. And finding purpose is super important. I think it's like everything, because what's the point of getting up every day if you don't have purpose? So that's kind of my story. That's why I'm here. It's why I do what I do, and that's kind of what I want to share. And yeah, so how many of you agree that participation is really important to learning? Thank you. And those who agree to participate, say aye. Aye. Thank you. Okay, awesome. So you turn to the person next to you, give them a high five, and say, we're going to have some fun.
We're going to have some fun.
Awesome. Thank you. So how many of you have experienced disappointment in your life? Yeah, so why do we experience disappointment?
Because we have expectations.
Yeah.
Absolutely, expectations, that's exactly it. So expectations in and of themselves are not necessarily a bad thing. They're actually good. We want to expect great outcomes. We want to expect good in your life. Positive expectations are a good thing. It's when we're very specific about our expectations. We want things to go a certain way all the time, and we're not open to receive whatever is coming, that we encounter disappointment. So one of the really big things is to have detachment from the outcome. I could talk about that all day, detachment. The law of attraction doesn't actually talk about the law of detachment, but it goes hand in hand. It's super, super important to have detachment from the outcome. You always want to have good expectations, but not be super attached to how the outcome comes about, what it looks like exactly. Does that make sense? Awesome, thank you. So again, how many of you experienced fear? Thank you. So what is fear exactly?
False expectations.
Very good. That is an acronym for fear, yes. That is an acronym, and that is one explanation of it. I like to think of it as the anticipation of pain. Can you say that with me, please? Anticipation of pain. Awesome. So the word anticipation, does that exist in past, present, or future? Future, right. So is that happening to you right now? So does it really exist? No. So fear really isn't real, right? So can you turn to the person next to you, take 30 seconds and tell them what your biggest fear is, please.
I just told him he laughed at me.
Is your biggest fear if he laughs at you?
No.
What's your biggest fear?
Not being able to supply needs of my family.
Security.
Yeah, security. Yeah.
A lack of security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you don't work, there's no income and nowhere to have to stay, right?
Yeah. Did you know that they created that artificially?
I know.
Because people didn't have to work before.
Yeah,
You didn't have to have a SIN number. You didn't have to get a job, and you didn't have to work.
so they created it perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah, it turned everybody into slaves.
You have a fear or no?
I fear that I would end my life without completing my goal of coming here in the first place.
Here in this place, the whole world,
The world.
in the earth or whatever.
Okay, who would like to share their fear? Anybody? Nobody?
I will.
Yeah?
I'm arachnophobic.
Arachnophobic. I used to be too.
I don't know what that means.
Scared of spiders. Yeah, is there anybody else that relate to
Spiders.
that?
Does this bother you?
Does it really bother you?
It's not comforting to me at all.
No?
It's- Yeah.
Okay, so if I remove and just go with 3 fingers, does it bother you? Like if I, you know?
That's just the whole flock of one of these. though.
Yeah. See, you're cured now,
Humor can almost always
That's right.
dissipate fear.
That's
That's
right.
actually an excellent point.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a little exercise. I just want you to,
Oh, my back is killing me.
Yeah, me too.
That was my fear. You'd say you had an exercise. What is it?
I'd like you to close your eyes
Oh, I might not wake up.
and,
I gotta go to work.
There's a fear.
That's
and think of that fear, whatever that your biggest fear is. Think about it and imagine it's happening right now. Like feel that fear is taking place right now.
Falling asleep at the wheel, buddy?
no, I got
And
it.
imagine when we feel a fear, sometimes it's in our stomach, sometimes it's in our head, sometimes it's in our neck. Where does that fear live in your body? Where do you feel it the most? Think about that. And just realize that fear has a very powerful physiology. And then just take a deep breath. And let it out. And then open your eyes, and if you can just either write it down or think about what you noticed from that exercise. Does anybody have anything to say about what they noticed from that exercise?
Just how completely irrational fear is.
Mhm.
You know, the more that you get to through the journey, because there really is no destination, you've always got those moments of self-doubt, and I have that too. Because I've made a big life change in the last couple of years. You know, I gave up my last life and sold my house and moved back down here, and but what you got to realize is along the way, the gifts that you get when they come fast and furious, but you still get those little moments of fear and stuff. And I just have to say to everybody here too that what I've discovered is your thoughts lie to you. They lie to you all the time, and don't buy into it. And just remember that fear does not exist or as an entity unless you give it the power to exist. So, and I discovered that it still creeps in. And I was thinking about that too. My biggest fear was a wasted life. Working a dead-end job, making good money, but not giving a shit about what I do. And now I don't have that fear anymore because I know where I'm going. So this is a very interesting exercise. So I'm going to do that. Thank you.
Thank you. So another thing you can get is that you're experiencing the fear right now, and I'm telling you to experience it, and nothing's actually happening. I'm telling you, imagine what's happening when you're supposed to experience this fear, and there's nothing happening to you. So it's just like it doesn't exist, you're making it up. So, thank you.
Live in the moment. The past is gone, and the future doesn't exist. Live in the moment.
Thank you. So, have you ever noticed that you're sitting in a room and you're listening to someone talk, kind of like me right now, and time passes and you go, wow, where did I go? I just missed everything you just said. You ever experienced that?
I call that ADD.
Is that a fear?
No.
Yeah. So our minds do that. They think of what we should have done yesterday, or they think of what we need to do tomorrow, and we really don't experience the present moment very often. We're always sort of somewhere else. And that happens all the time.
That's a problem for a lot of people back before. Everything is fearful. My daughter has that, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
And I'm developing my fear when she comes over. Just used to lighten things up, but she does have that issue, and we've been dealing with it, God, since she's only 27, but it's been. Yeah, and I'm only her stepfather, but it originated from the way she was brought up, the paternal, lack of paternal quality time that she did not have, right? And when I came along, I thought, okay, I'm not a super person, but at least it changed something. Somebody in the mail, solid mail in their life after that. And
Ask her a
really
question.
came forward and keep telling her, stop worrying about what happened in the past. Don't worry about this or that. Coming up in the future, just live today. And that's why I said it, I did earlier. Just worry about today. You don't even worry about today. Just take it as it comes. You know, don't. And it's a difficult thing when somebody. I mean, she would lock herself in her bedroom. The last 3 years she lived with us, she didn't go out at all. But eventually we got her to move next door. You know? Yeah. Wow. Should have been another city, and then she's married now. And I mean, she'll go out and take a walk down the block, but she won't go any further. It's fear. You know. Anyways, I'm getting off the subject, I guess, but it does make a difference. Sorry.
No, that's for sure. So most of us are not living in the present. The what? Present. Yeah. So, Eckhart Tolle, he talks about, have you ever heard of Eckhart Tolle? Talks about being present is the key. I've found for myself that whenever I've experienced fear or anything like that, bringing myself into the present, just taking things in the moment, is kind of how it works for power to overcome it. And to just get through it, to just take one step at a time, and that works really, really well. And nothing is wrong in the now. Because usually something gives the future and the past. So are there any questions?
What did you fear?
What did I fear? I definitely feared public speaking. I definitely feared I definitely feared spiders. I feared, like I said, I feared if my parents would die, who would look after me. I feared that I would never get married or have kids. Those are my biggest fears. I feared that I'd be alone. I really feared being alone. Yeah, well, the only other thing I was going to say is, do you agree that you got some good information here? Awesome, thank you. Would it be okay if I just share with you what the whole program would look like, because this is just an intro? Yeah? Awesome, thank you. Okay, so Face Fear and Be Unstoppable, How to Overcome the Rogue Voice Inside Your Head, is a program that delivers essential tools to serve you in creating a life of joy and fulfillment. In my experience, people are lacking purpose. They are lacking in the ability to take action because they are crippled with fear. And people just feel powerless in their lives. In this 2-day workshop, you will learn how to find your purpose. You will learn 3 key tools to overcome fear so that you can take action in your life. And you will learn several techniques to empower others, which will in turn empower you. This will make you an unstoppable positive force in this world. And that's it. So, if you have any more questions about this, please.
Who would be referred to you?
Like specifically, what kind of person would you refer to take the 2-day course?
People that you see that aren't living up to their potential, that have fear that is clearly stopping them in their lives, fear they just want more out of their life.
Great, well, thanks a lot.
Thank you.